Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by shamanspiritcenter.com and littleshaman.org. That's me, Little Shaman. Today I wanted to talk to you about narcissists and accountability. This is something that many people have questions about, so I thought we could address it on the show today. What is accountability? Accountability is responsibility. When we take accountability for our actions, choices, and decisions, we're taking responsibility for them. We're saying, I did this, I made this choice or these choices, I own these things, and I will accept the consequences as well, whatever they are. Accountability is not blame because blame is generally assigned by other people and accountability is voluntarily taken. As you may have guessed, for narcissistic people, taking accountability feels like blame. They can't own their choices or their actions because they don't act. They react. Therefore, their behavior is always someone else's fault. If you ask a narcissist to take the garbage out and they punch you in the face, there will be no true accountability for this action and the choice to engage in the action. Some of them will even straight say, it's not my fault. I'm just reacting to you. The fact that their reaction is a choice, their choice, and one that is completely and totally their responsibility is not addressed. It's probably not even understood. If it is understood, it's not important. What's important is that they are not to blame ever for anything. Narcissists don't want to take responsibility for the consequences of their actions either. Not only are these things generally painful or unpleasant because of the actions they take and because of the choices that they make, but they don't really think there should be any consequences for them anyway. They've suffered enough, or they're special, or they're otherwise immune somehow, and any consequences that they find painful, unpleasant, or that they don't like are considered unfair. They will attack and abuse you for being upset that they did something wrong. Even their apologies, and yes, many narcissists do apologize, even their apologies take no accountability whatsoever. They will often be vague or blanket statements such as, well, I'm sorry I was being a jerk, or I'm sorry I was out of control. They will often feign ignorance, such as saying, oh, I don't even remember what all I said, or I don't remember doing that, but I'm sure you're right. Or they will flat out refuse to discuss the specifics of their behavior. And even if they do discuss it, there will be excuses, justifications, and reasons why it was not really their fault, not really wrong, not really a big deal. If you press them on these things, it will often erupt into another defensive blow-up. They simply cannot, will not, and do not face the things that they've done. They certainly don't want to accept the consequences. This is usually the reason for the apology. They're simply trying to end the situation before it results in more things that they don't like or don't want to happen. Because of these things, there's no real way to make a pathologically narcissistic person truly take accountability for anything. Accountability is not given, it's taken. Because you're trying to give it to them and they don't want to take it, it feels like blame. Blame is the Siamese twin of shame, which is the pathologically narcissistic person's mortal enemy. They will fight any and all blame for any and all things with every breath in their body. To them, it is very, very important that they not be to blame for anything. It can literally be a matter of life and death. This is a pathological defense mechanism so ingrained into them that it's like a reflex. Even if they wanted to override it, many of them probably can't by now. It would be contrary to what they've spent their entire lives trying to do. You spending months or even years trying to make them understand accountability or their behavior doesn't help either. They don't want to do it. Understanding would mean that they would have to care about the pain of other people, and worse, it would mean having to face the fact that they did something wrong. It's not going to happen. If it does, it won't last. The whole objective of life for the pathologically narcissistic person is to get through each day without being killed by their own self-hatred and toxic shame. They have no resources for or interest in anything else. Not only that, but you constantly trying to convince them that they are a, quote, bad person and continuously trying to force them to agree with you that they've done terrible things is about as far away from their objective as it's possible to be. So then how do you hold them accountable? There's only one way, not tolerating their behavior. Using clear and strong boundaries, You can stop the narcissist and any other toxic person from having access to you if they're making decisions that harm you and engaging in behavior that hurts you. This is the only way to hold them accountable because you're not going to be able to get through to them or make them care about things that they don't care about. Many, many people have spent years trying to do this. It doesn't work. This is one of the reasons it's important to understand that you are not responsible for punishing the narcissist for their wrongdoings. This is a story that the ego tells itself about our role or our importance in the situation. Not only is it not your responsibility, it's not even really possible. You cannot make them care that they did something hurtful. You can't make them believe or care that they're responsible for their own behavior. You can't expose them to the whole entire world. You can't stop them from hurting other people if they choose to do so. You can't prevent others from falling for their lies or their manipulations. Even if they've done something illegal and they go to prison, there's no way to force them to learn while they're in there or to realize that they've done something wrong. Making it your life's mission to punish or expose the narcissist only hurts you. It keeps them as the focus of your life and keeps you trapped in pain. Now, we all have to walk our own paths, of course, and you can try if that's what you feel like you need to do. In some situations, it might even be warranted, if only so you can sleep at night. For example, if you know that they've done something really terrible or illegal. But the truth is, it doesn't usually do much in general, and it does nothing at all to the narcissist most of the time. If somehow their current situation gets screwed up or ruined, they just move on to the next situation they can get something out of, and they can usually find one. You cannot take anything away from someone who has nothing and who values nothing. You cannot teach someone who refuses to learn. There is no accountability in a pathologically narcissistic person. It doesn't exist. All you can do is remove yourself from the situation. This is why you need to be accountable to yourself. It's not up to other people to protect you from them. It would be great if they did that, but that's not how this works. So it's up to you to protect yourself, period. That means you need to be accountable to yourself and make decisions in your own best interest. If narcissists cannot hold themselves accountable, then that's how it is. But you can hold yourself accountable, and you can hold them accountable for their behavior toward you by not allowing them access to you if that's how they're going to act. No one is coming to save us in this world. We've all got to do it on our own, and that is the truth. But we can support each other with kindness, and we can support ourselves by making choices that reflect what we know to be right for us. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. I take appointments online, over the phone, via text, via messenger, via email, and through Skype. So if you're interested in speaking with me one-on-one, you can visit littleshaman.org to do that. I teach workshops a few times a month, so if you're interested in seeing what we've got going on right now, you can do that at littleshaman.org as well. You've been listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by shamanspiritcenter.com and littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you and have a wonderful day.